They are animals that possess great spiritual power that should not be meddled with. Blackfish, 2013. The documentary Blackfish was released on DVD and Blu-ray in November 12, 2013. This documentary was the very first form of media that our generation was given about the horrible situations and circumstances of orcas and other captive animals in aquariums. Even though Blackfish was an amazing success at spreading awareness on these creatures' living conditions, there are still over 59 orcas in captivity to this day, in which 27 were born in the wild and 31 were born in these aquariums. Why are orcas such an important part of this movement? Well, to put it simply, orcas are some of the most intelligent animals in the ocean. Orca pods can have up to 50 individuals in the wild, and all of these pods have different habits, such as personality differences, diet differences, hunting tactics, and even communication.
These are intelligent animals. It's like taking a human child away from its parents, right? They know what's going on. Most of the time when they are pulling these whales from their pods, they kill the rest of the pod in the first place anyway. So to get your 1 or 2 whales, your pregnant female and her baby, you have now killed 7 other individuals, which is pretty messed up because they live in a family group. And we, at this point, keeping a giant animal in a very small place where it doesn't belong isn't the best thing, and it doesn't necessarily promote education because we're just telling people that it's okay to kill this animal's family so we can steal it and put it in a tiny box so we can look at it.
Ever since 2013, only one bill has passed in order to protect the livelihood of orcas and other captive animals. It was called the Orca Welfare and Safety Act. It was passed in California in 2016. It was to phase out the holding of killer whales in captivity and establish standards for treatment of all remaining captured orcas in zoos and aquariums. Along with that, it also banned the breeding of killer whales in captivity, as well as the circus-like shows that had them performing in front of crowds every single day. Soon after this bill was passed, SeaWorld and other aquarium companies found a loophole which allowed them to continue on with their horrible tactics, framing them as educational purposes. As of 1961, over 166 known orcas have been captured and brought to these aquariums around the world. 120 of these orcas have now since passed. Since now the US can no longer obtain orcas from the wild, other countries have now begun to capture more than ever before. We, as a society, must aid these magnificent creatures and help them thrive, because the only real SeaWorld is the ocean, so why don't we just let them be there?